So this is Justin Lowe from LivePixel.com, and I'm here with
Chris Haga from Big Men Games. We're working on Guts.
Awesome. So give us a general sort of idea about what your game's about, how it got started, and what you're showing today.
So our game is called Guts. It's a mashup between Diablo and Tactics. We make games. We started making this game just because we can't do anything else. Like, we just live and breathe games. It's all we do. And we've just been sticking with it. We've been in development for about 6 months. Is that answering your question? I'm trying really hard not to ramble.
That's okay.
I'm bad.
So it being a tactics game, how deep of an RPG/tactics game is it? Are you talking about loot and all that stuff, or what?
Yeah, like we want to try to get some of the tactical elements from like Final Fantasy Tactics and bring in a lot of the loot and a lot of the hero feeling really powerful from a Diablo game, and a lot of the randomness. So we're experimenting with random monsters, random abilities, random levels and stuff like that. So to increase replayability. So yeah.
And are you talking about like the kind of like in-depth like tactics kind of gameplay that you're talking about, like environmental effects throughout the world that either player can activate or are just throughout the actual level itself?
We're still tuning like how actiony we want it to be versus how tacticsy we want it to be, and actually that's why we bring it to something like Juegos Rancheros, so we can get feedback on the game. But eventually, basically, you move around a world map and you go to miniature map nodes that you go and you fight monsters in, and there will be different kinds of map nodes, like one where you can hire a hireling, story nodes that you go into where the story is kind of explained to the player through gameplay, things where you can gamble your gold or purchase and sell items and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we were thinking the game was going to be about.
So what is the story of this game, the overall kind of idea behind it?
So it's a post-apocalyptic world, and you are the hero trying to drive off this arch nemesis, which we call him the Dark Pilgrim, and nobody knows where he's from.
So you're driving off the darkness is basically what you're saying.
You're driving off the darkness. You're a powerful hero driving off the darkness, yes.
I haven't heard of that before.
I know. We'll have about as much story as... I'm not a big story guy, and neither is Steve. And we'll have about as much story as Mega Man X or something like that if we're lucky. So I don't know if you played that.
Yeah,
but totally. Like Vile, where they come in at the beginning and it's kind of told through gameplay. That's the kind of thing we want to do. So
that game is a masterpiece as far as gameplay design and trying to teach the player and not have like constant bloops above their heads like explaining what the game's about.
I know, I should never talk about it because this is going to make our game look bad. It's like the best game ever. So it's amazing though, yeah. That's it. So
you're here with the Juegos Rancheros, showing off your game. How did you get selected for this process, and how did this game come to fruition to the point where you can actually show it today?
Selected for the process, like bringing it here and showing it?
Yeah.
It's basically just, we've been going to these for a long time, and once we got our game up to the point where we felt like we could show it to random people, we just emailed the guys that run it and said, hey, can we bring our game? And they said, yeah. So it's every week since then, there's been more and more people bringing their games, which is great. And what was your second question?
How did it get to this point? Why, what stage of development are you in currently that you can show it off? Like, yes. Where are you in the project currently that you're able to show it like this?
So we use like kind of a stochastic tinkering process, which basically means we try millions of ideas to find the ones we like the most. And when we have something that we think is fun, we take it to a certain point and then show it to potential customers, which are people here, and have them give us feedback on the game. We're probably about 7 or 8 months away from shipping right now. So we're in alpha stage, early alpha.
And what platforms are you looking at currently?
PC, Mac, and Linux.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to do the interview. I wish you the best of luck on your project, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.